Hey, Jules Blessed Vegan, and as always, welcome to my channel. And for those of you who are new, I know you can benefit. So I'm giving a talk today out of my For Today, which is part of the Overeaters Anonymous literature that's available. And I get you're not all compulsive overeaters, but many of you do have food issues. And like any good program that really comes from God, it tends to appeal to the masses, right? Because it's a tool for all of us. So I'm sure you can find something in here, even if right away your defenses go up and say, I don't have a food problem. I'm not a compulsive overeater. Yay, you. I'm thrilled for you. But I still think you could benefit, all right? So let's get on with it. This is from today, March 11th. It always starts with a quote, and it reads, "When old worlds die out on the tongue, new melodies break forth from the heart. And where the old tracks are lost, new country is revealed with its wonders." And that is by Rabindranath Tagore. May I call you Rabin for short? I probably slaughtered that name, poor guy. Anyway, what a fantastic quote. Are you kidding me? When old worlds die out on the tongue, meaning that repetitive nightmare that you proclaim again and again and incidentally affirm about yourself. Okay, when you finally stop that nonsense, then new melodies break forth from the heart. Your heart is able to soar and say your new truth. Okay, I'm loving that. And then where the old tracks are lost, that repeated behavior again and again, which of course is the definition of insanity, right? To repeat that behavior and expect a different result. So where old tracks are lost, you're not going down that road anymore. New country is revealed with its wonders. Brilliant. I'm all in. Okay, but of course there's a talk. So it says, when new territories have opened up for us, if you're in Overeaters Anonymous, what new territory since you came to Overeaters Anonymous? Abstinence. So whatever you're doing in your walk, when you know you are eating the better way, when you are abstaining from the things that are causing dis-ease in your body, making you sick, holding you back, keeping you obese, keeping you incredibly thin, if that's your thing, right? Because like Overeaters Anonymous is for anorexics, is for bulimics, is for obesity. It all has to do with control. So anyway, what is your thing in your life? It may not be food, your drugs, your alcohol, your sex, your gambling. What is it that has held you back in some ways because you keep repeating those behaviors and territories? It says abstinence is a country whose beauty and variety I could not have imagined in my most indulgent dreams. And I would say that right now with me regarding eating vegan, plant-based, and raw vegan in particular, that it is a whole new world for me, that it is an endless combination of variety, and it's pretty fantastic. I will say that. I got something bugging me. Okay. So it says, here I am at peace with myself and with the world. Hooey whatty. Okay, I'm not quite there yet, but I love the idea. I love the idea. I am free of food obsession. Really close. I will tell you, when you eat live food for a live body, all the insanity of your body fighting to try and fill in missing nutrients is gone. When I'm getting in my sprouts or my microgreens, when I'm only eating completely nutrient dense, rich food, I don't have that constant screaming of a microbiome saying, feed me, right? Which is so great. So I'm free of food obsession. I'm free of self-obsession and other forms of mental enslavement to an extent. I'm definitely in a transition right now where I'm letting a lot of the things go that don't serve me. And it's kind of a natural evolution where I'm just kind of getting a realization as I've been clean, and I'm getting clean, clear, and bright, as Tanny Raw would say. And if you haven't heard of her, she is a phenom on every health platform in social media, where she says you can become clean, clear, and bright, where the mental fog will go. And there's a lot of responsibility with that, because you'll be feeling things you may not want to, right? You'll be dealing with a detox, which may be mental, spiritual, physical, emotional. So there's a lot with that, but it is most certainly the better way. I like the way that they say mental enslavement right here. So it says, my words and actions reflect a balanced, rational mind, free of delusion. That's what I mean about that clarity. And it can be scary, but it's exactly right. Then I need the grace to be patient when I have such clarity on all the nonsense to just go, okay, not everyone's there yet. Okay, dependence on a power outside of myself. Again, for me, that's God of the universe, but for you, it just might be a better way. It might be a program. It might be someone, like Tanny Ra, who's been such an amazing advocate of someone who lives the better way that I long to live. So I most certainly used her at times as that power greater than myself to say, hey, that is the better way to do it. That is so true for many self-help groups, programs, and things that I do. But something outside of yourself, because what you've been doing doesn't work. It's released me from the whims and caprices of a hollow independence. That's a very interesting sentence. Dependence on a higher power outside of myself has released me from the whims and caprices of a hollow independence. Yeah, depending on things that will never get my needs met, like eating food, right? Obsessively eating food. I can invest in food all day long. It won't talk back. It's completely present for me. It doesn't complain when I eat too much of it, but it will absolutely never meet my actual needs that I'm seeking in that moment. So without erasing the past or ignoring the future, I am living in and enjoying every moment of the present. Yeah, we carry our past with us, right? We can make peace with it. We can make amends with it. We could try and understand it better. We can understand why it doesn't serve us. But to suggest that we can just be in the present and who cares about the past and it's done, the past is past. That past will haunt you until kingdom come if you don't actually deal with what you need to of it, right? And make peace with it, if you will. And then, of course, the future, which is completely unknown, that we should always be goal setting and striving for that future. That is the new Vista that opened up for me when, in this case, the person came to Overeaters Anonymous. For you, again, it may be whatever self-help or support you're seeking, counseling, whatever, a new revelation with church. I don't know what your story is. And let myself be persuaded to give up old answers, old ways of thinking and acting, to find that new road instead of that repetitive nightmare of getting caught in the mud and everything else. Stop going down that road, right? The new melody in my heart, I think that's just such a beautiful phrase anyway, is the most beautiful sound I have ever heard. Yeah, that freedom, wellness. Sometimes I'll be in bed getting ready to go to sleep and I'll realize that there's something very foreign to me going on, and I'll realize that it's the comfort of an empty stomach. It's realizing that I am not bloated, that I am not sick to my stomach, that I am not overwhelmed. I'm free in that moment. Wow. Okay, so then it always says kind of an affirmation, if you will, for today. The process of recovering in Overeaters Anonymous, whatever your situation is a journey from which I never want to return. I am open to the vistas that unfold today. So a lot, people. I'd love to know your feedback in the chat. Like if you like, join us if you haven't. Subscribe. Until we talk again. I'm loving that idea of a new melody in my heart. And know that you are blessed. Peace out, y'all.